to Mike. James, take it away.
All right, fellas. We all know Odell Beckham Jr. was the brightest young star that emerged last year. Um, what other young stars can we say that's gonna emerge this year? You know,
All right, I'm gonna start with one that isn't so obvious because he didn't play, but I'm gonna go with Jadeveon Clowney. Um, Here's the thing. It's funny that we talked about JPP because JPP got into the league from measurables. He didn't have a great stats at USF. People just saw him. He had huge hands, 6'5", big and fast. The crazy part is when you can put a little bit of a motor with the measurables, it tends to work out for you in the NFL. And if anybody has more measurables than anybody, it's Jadeveon Clowney. And I think that injury was the best thing that ever happened to him because now no one's looking for the Michigan hit anymore. No one is looking for that pop play. He can just look at Watt, grind, and play. I'm telling you, if he's able to play, he gonna shine because the dude, he's the biggest, fastest, strongest person on the field 90% of the time just by birth. So it's gonna work out for him if he follows the right example. And the thing is, he has the best example in the league. So if all he has to do is look at Watt and mimic that, he's gonna be all right. Who you got, Tim?
yeah, it's gonna sound funny, but I'm picking my boy Joseph Randle from the Dallas Cowboys. And listen, I'm not trying. I have other plays. Joseph Randle, the guy who stole the Fruit Loom's underwears. I'm picking him only because here's the thing. Everybody is going so hard where we lost DeMarco Murray. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being salty. DeMarco Murray was a solid back, not a special back, as I keep saying. He went over to Philly, and with that $8 million per year, that I don't believe he was worth it for playing only one healthy season out of his whole football career since college. I like Joseph Randle. And I tell you this, with this offensive line and with Dez Bryant, the same thing that Murray had, I think Joseph Randle is going to go ham. He won't get the same amount of carries, but he's going to he's going to show the reason why DeMarco Murray was let go. Because as of today, it was stated that he's going into training camp as the number one player, as the number one starter. I never believed that McFadden was going to be the starter. This is something they always do every day, every time in the NFL. You're going to get a veteran guy to go pound to pound with the young guy just to see if the young guy can stand up. I think Randall is going to take that torch.
Okay.
All right. I just want to expand a little bit on Randall. And first of all, I don't think that Cowboy fans should take lightly the loss of Murray. I mean, the guy, I believe he led the league, or he was in the top 2 or 3 in yards after contact. I think that's huge. Randall goes what? 5'11", 6'2", 205. So
about 210. He added some bulk.
Oh, did he add some bulk? Okay, the last scouting report I read, he was around 6', 205, which is pretty light compared to. I believe Murray was like what, 225, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like all right, so that's a lot.
He gained the weight.
Bulk, and Murray did, he made yards after contact. That's very important. I don't think Randall's going to come close to that. And the guy hasn't really had a lot of touches, so I don't know what his injury factor is like. I don't know what a slight back like that can do if he gets popped a few times, And I'm not counting on what's his name, McFadden, at all. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's just my, I'm gonna go into my player that I think is impactful this upcoming year. And this might surprise you a little bit only because of the fact that he already was impactful. But I'm gonna go and say the wide receiver for Tampa Bay, what's his name?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I think he is going to be even better this year because, number one, I think this is my opinion. Even though Jameis is going to be a rookie, I think he's an improvement on the past quarterbacks that you guys had already behind center in Tampa Bay. I'm not sure how that's going to equate in terms of wins. But in terms of Mike Evans, I think it's going to make him an even better player next year having having Jameis Winston there. So he's going to be the rookie or the player that I see taking the game to another level next year.
I love Mike Evans. I mean, I had him in my fantasy team. He had some stupid games, like 200-yard games. So he can show out. I'm always nervous calling a rookie better than any veteran because it's just like Sean Glennon. In all reality, there was too much confusion in Tampa Bay last year. Sean Glennon should have started all year. Like, that was really the main problem. Putting Josh McCown, a backup in the starter's row, started us off on the wrong foot. When Sean Glennon got in, before he got a little nicked up, he had that chemistry with Mike Evans, and that was his third year in the league. So I'm going to be very cautious that to say this rookie who steals crab legs is going to be better than a third-year player. Look, I love Winston. I think he has the leadership, he has the swag, and he has the talent to do it. If he stays out of trouble, watch out. But I'm going to say watch out in the second year because, look, even our boy Andrew Luck, Mr. All-World himself, who, side note, F Andrew Luck. I can't stand him. You know why? Because announcers cape for this dude like he's the hoe they trying to save. Like, I remember this man threw an interception, and because it was a 30-yard interception on third down, they literally said, oh, it's just a punt. And I was like, no, it's a pick. Like, stop. Okay. Like, stop. I can't, anyway. Play. Give him time to develop. Give him time to develop. F Andrew Luck, man. It's a good.
I'm gonna respond to what Cool was talking about Joseph Randle.
Oh boy.
And we see. No, I'm gonna respond, but I got another player. This kind of surprised everybody. The reason why I like Randle, and I understand you saying about getting popped, when you saw some of these games, we're talking about against Seattle Seahawks, who one of the toughest defense for the last 2 years. Every time Randle touched that football, he worked for long yardage. Every time he went for long yardage, Murray would call himself back in the game because that was his bread, that was his food, where he had to score that touchdown because, of course, that's how you're gonna get paid. It was against the Seattle Seahawks. We're talking about against Chicago Bears, Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of these teams can be low record teams, but still you're still getting hit by a defensive player. And every time he touched that ball, the holes. That was the whole thing about leaving the meat on his bone. Don't get me wrong, Murray was a big back. He had to get bigger because of all the injuries he kept on sustaining. And then now he lost all the way for Philadelphia. He lost all that weight for Philadelphia. So I wonder I don't think he's gonna pan out over there. But the thing is, Randle runs hard. He finds the hole and he gets those long yards. As long as he can hold on to that football, which I believe he can. He hasn't had a fumble all last year, like Murray in his 25. So I feel confident. But Cool, I want to make you happy with this one. I want to make you very happy in this one. My other play is another player that, as I said, for the past 2 years, watch out when he got drafted, and that's DeMontre Moore. DeMontre Moore out of Texas A&M, the first year came out the draft, he's supposed to be a top 5 draft pick. If anybody has amnesia about that, look it up. Top 5 draft pick until he had this big injury, and then he was picked I think the next year in the 3rd or 4th round?
Third.
In the 3rd round, okay. And I'm going to tell everybody this, as a Cowboy fan, don't get me wrong, Jason Pierre-Paul is the man, and I will call him the next Reggie White like other people have, if healthy. But I'm not going to say it's a total loss with DeMontre Moore playing there, because DeMontre Moore can get to the quarterback. He is a pass rusher, but just for some reason, they never gave him a shot. If you look at some game tape, every time they put him on field goal blocks, he's always was this close. And I believe he blocked, I think, 2 last year. So that's my surprise play if JPP doesn't start this coming season.
Okay. Oh, I think there's a lot. I think it's a great point for the NFL. There's a lot of young talent. I think, especially defensively, I think it's going to just be fun to watch the Rams beat the bejesus out of everybody on the defensive line. Aaron McDonald, that boy is strong. So, I think it's going to be fun watching him beat up on the Seahawks who refuse to pay Russell Wilson. So, things should happen to him. After they traded away their all-world center for, tight end who's softer than paper mache. But, that's neither here nor there. You mean we don't even got to talk about that. I think Aaron McDonald's going to have fun.
Listen, we all know Seattle Seahawks ain't going nowhere next year. I'm sorry, Sean. Seattle ain't going nowhere next year. It's over. Listen, it's over.
LOB.
Listen.
Are you
listen, Jimmy? No, I'm being totally real. Listen, I don't like. Can you say it again?
I said really quickly. Can you explain why you don't settle winning?
Sure. I'm positive. Yeah, sure. Because I think everybody in that division got better. I think the Rams got better. I think the Cardinals are still good. I still think the 49ers you can't really sleep on with this guy Thomas Tuchel's bringing in. Seattle Seahawks, they barely got basically that was a Madden football game getting past Green Bay. Green Bay lost that game. They didn't beat them. And on top of that, I'm sorry, you gave away your best center, Max Unger, for Jimmy Graham who can't even beat a cornerback? Come on, I keep believing it's Jimmy Graham. Me and Mo argue that the whole time. Zero. You are tight end. You're talking about I want wide receiver money, but you can't even beat a corner. So then you trade him for Jimmy Graham. Like, who's scared of Jimmy Graham? The Saints said, listen, we paid this man all his money, take him. I'm not scared of Jimmy Graham. I love Russell Wilson. I think he's phenomenal. I think, when you play in a city like Seattle, who's very cheap, and they don't pay money, where you want us to say, anybody can play the system. You're wrong. I think Russell Wilson can play the pocket. I think he can do it all. I think, to me, he's the best skilled quarterback in the league, all around. If Kaepernick could quarterback like Russell Wilson, I would put him as one of the best because of his athleticism. Russell Wilson and Beast Mode's gonna slow down. And then what's up with the boy Christian? That boy's been there for 2 years, ready to get his legs warm. And they keep doing the same thing. They have no wide receivers. They didn't even draft a wide receiver. And then you got guys who want money. You got Michael Bennett who wants to be the highest paid defensive end. Are you kidding me? Let's keep it.
On Matthews. Don't sleep on Chris Matthews from the.
I'm drafting. No,
listen,
cool. He has. Listen, cool. Here's my thing. I will never say, and his physique is crazy. We saw him in the Super Bowl. He making plays, but why is he barely on the depth chart? If he has that potential, you got to play him. The guy Paul Richardson. That dude needs to eat. He's skinny. He needs to eat. And how many plays you giving? He was actually drafted. It's really a joke what goes on Seattle. I still don't see him going nowhere. I think the Rams are going to be hard-nosed.
At the same time, like I kept on trying to say, but I was being a dick about it earlier to Sean, that's not bad. Like, you're in the salary cap era. Like, you can't. Honestly, the Patriots lucked out because they were in a division that had 3 teams who didn't know what the hell they were doing for 10 years.
Until now.
Until now, they're figuring it out, and you're going to see it's it'll be a lot harder for the Patriots. Yeah. Like what's going to happen to Seattle happens in normal divisions. Like, it's going to be harder, and if they have to tweak things to keep the team. They can't keep the same team. I just don't agree with what they're tweaking. That's why I think they're going to suck. Maybe I'm biased because I played center, but getting rid of an all-world center and replacing him with a tight end who can't even block. That's the thing. You depend on running, and he can't block. So what you going to do with that?
Do we know for sure that he can't block, or do we just know that that's something that New Orleans never really asked him to do?
What? That's a very good. I'll tell you this right now. Hey, go ahead, Mike. You go first.
Here's where I disagree with that. Because of what Aqib Talib did to him, I know his ass can't block. If you can get stuffed like that by Aqib Talib, you blocking a linebacker, bro? Stop it. You ain't blocking then nobody.
Listen, this is hard for me to say. I would be more impressed if they had traded a low draft pick for Michael his brother Bennett, the other Bennett from Chicago Bears, which he blocks, which he's very athletic. I would have been more. That's more different. Jimmy Graham is soft. There's tapes of him last year against Seattle, giving him like 50 targets, and this guy would not want to go over the middle, just because of the that was in his head. I can't listen. I cannot. The day where I was getting traded, like McCoy went to Buffalo, and then Jimmy Graham went to Seattle. People were getting so hyped up. You're getting hyped up over fantasy. You can't mix fantasy with reality. Fantasy points here, you draft them, you get the targets. But I'm not drafting. I had him last year, and that for the past 8 games, man, he did me bad. But I had Odell Beckham Jr. I picked him up the waiver wire, and I did great. So he saved me. He saved me. But listen. I tell you this. I'll give you another player who I think is gonna emerge.
Okay.
I think Jarvis Landry out of Miami Dolphins.
Yes, they're talking about it.
Hey, Cooper, hear me now, Coop. I picked the Miami Dolphins to go to the Super Bowl this year, AFC. I want you to know that. I got you going to the Super Bowl.
But I mean, that's okay. That's a nice dark horse. I don't see that.
We're moving on to the last and third and one.
Got him.
Now, so we'll check you guys coming soon. Easy.
Easy.